Is it Edio Wines? You've been on before. Edio. So Edio Wines, you've been on before. Pardon me. It's so glad to see you guys.
Yeah, good to see you. Yeah.
Good to see you. Gary, Scott over there.
Good to see you guys.
All right, Peter, Derek, you got the same last name. What's going on with that?
Oh, yeah, brothers.
This is my little brother. I taught him everything he knows.
No, he likes to say that, little brother. He really pronunciates the little on that one.
He does put some emphasis on that. You want to tell us a little bit, give us a little short history lesson on the winery. How did you guys get all up and going?
Sure. So our grandfather and grandmother started Apple Hill Farm up in Apple Hill.
Yeah, we've heard of it.
Yeah, it's been around for a while. Started in the 60s, and then, my mother and father took it over, and then now me and my siblings took it over, and the wine is kind of our thing. So the apple and the bakery was our grandmother's and our father and mother's thing, and then now the wine.
So you didn't choose the pies and turnovers.
Yeah,
you went more grapes and
exactly.
wine.
Yeah.
We still do the bakery. We still do the bakery.
We all went to Cal Poly SLO to study wine and viticulture. All have a different part of the business.
I remember this. I remember last time we chatted about it. For sure, it's coming back. Why are these, your wines so good for the holidays? I mean, that makes a great gift too, obviously.
100%.
Yeah. So usually for the holidays, we grew up in a big Italian family, and you walk in the door, you get a drink. So we always like to do a sparkling to start out with. It's nice, refreshing wine. This is our Chenin Blanc, really aromatic, lemon lime flavors, really fresh. And then usually when you're eating, you're eating food that's typically not too heavy, usually like turkey or ham. So you like to have more delicate wine, less tannin. That's kind of what we brought here today was our Mourvedre. It's more about the spice notes, and then our Frankspan's a little more earthy, but nice and light, delicate.
Love that.
Nice, okay.
And which one do you know? So you mentioned viticulture enology. I've heard, which I think we've talked about before. I went to Davis.
There you go.
Big game this weekend, so represent.
Oh, yeah.
But I know that program at Davis, they say, is like it's easier, like the pre-med track is easier than viticulture enology. I mean, it is like serious work that people have to dive into.
Yeah, definitely. I would say especially he was enology winemaking, so the chemistry with that is it's insane. I was all viticulture, so a lot of horticulture classes.
Yes.
I mean, they can't teach you how to make wine. They can teach you all the things that can go wrong and go right. So you got to know like a holistic view.
But it's also like science and art kind of all coming
100%.
together.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's like a chemistry side where you can like lock in your numbers on what the wine should taste like, but then the more creative side with your own taste buds and like trying to.
And then there's elements like where your vineyards are, where the grapes are grown, the topography of the area.
Especially where we are, we're way up in the mountains. Like our tallest vineyards are right around 3,000 feet. So a lot of different terrains, a lot of different airflows, sun exposure. Everything's different, which is what I think makes our wines real special. Is just growing wine.
That higher elevation.
Exactly.
Getting it high up there.
Exactly.
Too. All right. And it's colder up there. The higher you go, it's cold.
Oh, is that right?
I was like, I was about 40,000 feet when I was in Park City and it was freezing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it was very cold. But I see empty glasses. I see these. Can we see what it looks like?
Yeah,
and then maybe we can taste it?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. I can't even wait. All right, what
is there a good birthday wine, I think, is the question.
Well, sparkling's always.
Depends on when your birthday is.
Today.
Oh, really? Happy birthday.
I'll pour you extra
I thought
heavy.
that's why the champagne was
Yeah,
that's why.
yeah, the
sparkling, I should say. We can't say we're not in France.
Yeah, you don't want to make people mad.
My bad. Okay, let's shake it.
All right, so what are we drinking?
So this is our 2022 Chenin Blanc. So this is going to be really more aromatic, those lemon lime notes. Cheers, guys. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday very much. Happy 43rd.
It's also a brut, so brut means dry. It's going to be nice and dry.
Brut, extra dry, refreshing.
That is dry. When you said extra dry, that's when it hit me. You really feel that.
That's where our style of winemaking is, making really light, acid-driven wine, so you'll get the acid, and that's what makes it food friendly, because you get those more softer notes. But
we can come in. Where can we pick this up? Am I coming out? Tell us where we can get it.
We all direct to consumer out of the tasting room. So we're small lot fermentation. We do everything. Me and him pretty much touch every single grape that comes through the winery. All at our own tasting room up in Camino, Apple Hill.
It's all about the story too, It's like, we want to tell you why the wine tastes the way it does, what we do to the wine that makes it special. It's different when, instead of pulling a bottle off a shelf at a store, we want to give you the story.
All the things you taught him.
Exactly.
All the things that you have taught the big brother.
Exactly.
I'm glad I have him around.
They got each other.
I couldn't do it without him, all right?
Cheers to Big and the Little Brother.
Cheers, everybody.
Happy birthday.
That's right. We'll put up a little information. Cheers to a little information coming at you. There it is there. The vineyards up in Apple Hill. Camino, they call it, right? Delfino Farms. .com is where you can find them online. Check out the Instagram as well.